Hey guys, it's GirlGotGame. Welcome back to The Letter. We finished our first run last week, so now I am about to start my second run through this delightful horror experience. We learned some things our first time through, and definitely got the theory juices going. So I'm intrigued to see what we're going to find out our second time through this. We might not find too much, just because it's... I'm not making too many changes. I'm not ready for an all death, there we go, all death run just yet. But it is coming sooner than I would like, probably. But anyway, the plan for run number 2 is basically alternate romances. So I'm getting Becca and Ash together, I'm getting Hannah and Zachary together, and I'm getting Luke and Marianne together. So Bella's going to be our single person in this run. And I'll pick some alternate choices when it's safe to do so. There's some that are definite no-nos that are like, no, don't do this. You're going to have a bad time. And then, so we're going to see a lot of what we've done before, because I'm still going to get high relationship between everybody, just to see if I can get more friendship endings. And what else? Oh yeah. Going through those QTEs, I'm gonna have to let the QTE death scenes play to unlock the branches, so that'll be fun. I'm also gonna skip any QTEs I've done before. I don't know how many new QTEs will show up in this run. Most of them are not too difficult, but to heck with that elevator one in particular. Oh my god. I hate that one, and I hate the picture taking one the most. So if I've done it before, I'm going to skip it, but I'm going to let it play through just to see the death ones that we haven't seen before. Alright, so with that, enough delay, new game. Okay, that's new. I was waiting for the girl to start running, and then I'm like, what the heck is that noise? Okay. Let's skip. We're going. We're on it. Okay, so first choice, there... Okay, I was wondering if it was gonna start off with nothing unlocked again. So I'll have to keep an eye on the journal just to see when new things happen that we haven't read either. That's too bad. I was hoping that it would keep everything. Alright. Well, I eat other things too, Becca.
Hey! I eat other things too.
Okay, so there's Bex. We got some relationship with her. That's fine. Still gonna be friends with you. Especially since I'm not stealing your boy. Okay, now we're in the mansion. The eerie silence when you skip is kind of terrifying, actually. Okay. So, we've read that before. Okay, so last time I closed my eyes and pray. But this time I'm going to be brave and look up, because looking at the branching tree, and I checked, I'm pretty sure this choice doesn't affect anything down the road. There's a QTE coming up. Okay, I need to just relax and let the death happen before I try and solve it. But yeah, as far as I know, this choice is not gonna affect anything down over here. So, okay, so QTE is coming up. Now my heart's racing. I'm probably gonna see a terrifying lady. Miss Takako here, and yeah, QT is coming up, but I'm gonna let Bella die so we get that branch unlocked. Okay. I need to face it. Whatever these feet belong to, I need to face it. You really don't. You're gonna face it plenty of times later. And if I'm going to die, if they're going to kill me, at least I'll know what my killer looks like. A cold comfort. So with a deep breath, I summon every ounce of courage I have left in me and shift my gaze upwards. Alright, this is where it gets scary. Oh gosh. Why are you particularly scary here?
Please, Don't hurt me!
Oh, look, she's smiling at you, Bella.
No!
Oh gosh, well that's terrifying. Without thinking, I scramble towards the door. I struggle to open it, but it won't budge. This is probably where the QTE starts.
Stay away! Go away! Please, Lord! Make it go away!
Why now? Why won't it open now? My heart sinks as reality dawns in. I'm locked in. Locked in with that thing.
Let me out! Let me out! Lord, please, let me out!
Man, this is so different from the other time. It slowly approaches me as I wrench the doorknob violently back and forth. Okay, what's it gonna be? Tap Z to escape. Okay, I can do that after. You're fairly slow, so I have time. It's gone? Where is it? Ah! She got me. I knew she was there, so she still got me. Ah! You're the worst, Takako. Gosh dang. Okay. Z. I got my finger on the Z. Ah! Good grief. Oh. Yes! Take that, Takako! I got beast mode. I don't know what that is, but dang, I was not expecting the Z mashing to be so difficult. Ah, the door finally swings open and I couldn't have been happier. Get me the heck out of here. Are we back in life? Uh oh. My feet pound against the floor in rhythm with the loud, fast beating of my heart. Okay, maybe now I'm okay. I guess all this is different. Let's see. Wasting no time, I leap out the door and don't look back. My feet pound against the floor in rhythm with the loud, fast beating of my heart. By the time I run past the hallway and find myself atop the grand staircase, my chest feels so tight like it's going to burst. But that's nothing compared to the feeling of hope the sight of the exit gives me. Racing down the stairs, a breathy laugh escapes me and my shoe slips and I find myself falling. Okay, so I still fall until my back hits the ground and pain racks my body. My head grows fuzzy and my vision dims as I fight to stay conscious.
No. Go away.
The last thing I see are those feet before all I know is darkness. Okay. So, we've read that one before. I don't think it'll play the intro for me again, fortunately. Which is really a shame, because I really love that, that intro. But, what can you do? Okay, so now we're meeting Marianne. We're gonna check with our supervisor girl, so don't even worry about it. I know you like when we check in with our supervisors. Nothing to see here. Totally normal day. Showing people through the mansion. Ah. Interesting. Okay, we've read these ones as well. So this stopped because the first time we played through, we didn't know what we were dealing with at this point. Because we closed it, all we saw was a pair of bloody, misshapen feet, and we were like, it's gone. Whatever it was, it's gone. But now, Bella knows, this letter and that woman in the attic, it's real.
The letter. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Careless. I've been so careless. Okay. Don't show the letter.
Rose,
Got a relationship with Marianne again. Okay, we're good. Still on the path before us. Okay. So now we're in the car with Ashton Frey. Oh, I skipped his delightful cell phone song. Okay. We changed the subject last time. We're gonna try and be friends with Ash. Since we are not going to return his feelings for us, we're going to get him together with Becca instead.
You keep asking me about my work, yet you haven't said a single word about yours.
I'm curious if you can actually, in this love triangle of Becca, Bella, and Ash, can the girl who doesn't get together with him end up being his friend? I'm hoping. We're gonna find out. We got a lot of runs to go through, so... Okay, now this coming choice, I had to think about this for a long time. Because technically, if you go home, I've been told, this choice is what starts Becca with negative affection for Ash when you start her chapter. Because, you know, Becca's Becca. So I was going to originally go home here to start her off strong, but there are so many opportunities for her to get affection with Ash coming up that I'm like, I don't think this is going to make that big of a difference in the end, and I want to kind of save the go home for my next run to see if I can get Becca and Ashton to still keep their friendship, end up with a affection positive rating while not smooching. It's very complicated. Some very delicate tightrope walking I feel for this game, so I don't know how successful I'm going to be. But I'm going to stay for the movie, and I'm going to go with Zachary instead, because he wanted to go get a priest to bless the house. So I'm wondering if maybe we'll have a interaction between him and Hana a little earlier on. And also, hanging out with Zach is great, so let's stay for the movie. Okay, so we lost a lot of affection with Becca. That's fine. We'll get her back later. So, we met with the professor, lovely Professor Andrew. Now we're gonna meet with the priest.
I'll think about it. But maybe we could go with Zach's idea?
Alright. And Ashton didn't get offended by that, because Ashton's cool.
I'm not so sure about that.
And then he disproved my theory.
Well, it wouldn't hurt to try, right? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. At least we did something than just stand around. I'll let you know when he's available, Bella.
Thanks, Zach. I knew I could count on you.
Guys, I said keep it down. You keep insisting that we still watch it. You're not even paying attention yourselves.
Oh, shut up. I went with Zach this time. Relax.
It ain't a big deal, Rebecca. I'm the one who broached the subject in the first place.
It's still your film, Zachary. A good film, mind you. You worked hard on this. The least we could do is watch it with you.
And that's what you're all doing. I really appreciate all of you making time for this.
Sorry, Becca. We'll stop now.
I throw her an apologetic look, even if Ash is the only one she should be reprimanding. But her attention is already back on the screen. Alright. And we've got a new journal entry again, so we'll check that out in a second. As soon as things stop moving along. We gotta hear about her dad again. It's gonna be so sad. And hear about Rose and all the things. My goodness. Okay. So we got something new on the 21st. Okay, so we went to the movies, and we got a call from home. This is just rude, so we're doing this again.
Let me do that again.
Okay. Let's get some of this affection back up. How are we with... Man, we are well along with Zachary. well along. Oh, look, it's that woman again. So she didn't have anything new to say there. Oh, something's changed. Let's see. Went to lunch. We saw a familiar smile. Okay, so we're getting a phone call. The abrupt break in the silence nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Blindly, I fish out my phone from under the mess of papers and cushions where I've carelessly thrown it before taking a shower hours ago. Oh, because you're calling me instead of Ash. Zach's name flashes brightly on the screen. Is he calling because of this afternoon? Frankly, it's the last thing I want to discuss, but I did leave the two of them there without saying anything. That's interesting. So, he might be calling about that, but I thought he was calling about the priest thing. Knowing Zach, I bet he's worried.
Hey, Zach.
Oh, good. I thought for sure you're not gonna pick up.
Sorry, it took me a while to find my phone.
No worries. You game tomorrow?
I pause. I don't recall making plans with Zach for the weekend.
Did I forget something?
Yes, you forgot the sweet boy.
Remember that guy I told you about? Back in the movies? The, priest? For the blessing? Does it ring a bell?
Oh, right. I did say that, but I didn't think he'd actually go through the trouble, especially after what happened with his film. Sometimes I forget how kind Zach can be. He is too pure.
Yeah, I remember. Is he fine with it?
My friend doesn't mind. We're lucky he's not busy. So, tomorrow, he'll meet us at the mansion.
I wonder if blessing the mansion does anything.
Okay. Sorry for the trouble, Zach.
Hey, no problem. I'm the one who suggested it to begin with. And, well, this afternoon you did surprise us. Never seen you scream like that. You scared the hell out of Rebecca.
You would scream too if you saw what I saw.
I guess I owe you a lot for this, huh?
Nah, we're cool. You had us worried. But I know you'll tell us about it eventually. I just want to make sure you're doing well. You left all of a sudden and you're not answering any of our calls.
He's trying to get me to talk. Normally, I tell him I'm fine, say a few simple reassurances to put their minds at ease. Now nothing will form. I can't bring myself to say anything. He seems to have sensed my hesitation because he immediately changes the subject.
Yeah, anyway, I gotta go. I left something on the stove before making this call.
A ham?
Just soup.
Ah,
But it'd be embarrassing if I burned soup.
true.
I doubt it. Ashton, on the other hand...
Oh, remind me to tell you about what he did with the pressure cooker next time.
I look forward to it.
Oh, damn, it overflowed. Really need to get going. Bye, Bella.
He hangs up before I can thank him. The busy tone, though muffled, echoes through the receiver. No one is saying this will work. Even I am doubtful it will. But right now, I'll take anything. Anything to get out of this nightmare. Alright. We got a call from Zach. Aww. Zachary Steele reminded Isabella Santos of the Ermengarde Mansion's blessing tomorrow. They will be accompanied by Father Norman, I guess this is? A well-known priest in the Anglican and Christian communities. He is described to be a warm and approachable person, especially by the youths. The young people, if you will. Oh. Sleep comes easier tonight, and for the first time in a long time, I dream. Okay, apparently we got something new. Of clear skies, of unrestrained laughter from children playing in the streets, and of small, cramped dwellings. Isn't this just a dream of home? To an outsider, the sight does not paint a pretty picture. However, this is home to me. Okay, I wonder why it stopped. We've had that before, for sure. Okay, I guess because now we're on the priest route. The branch. There you go. The priest branch. It's acting like we haven't seen this because it's going to be flavored mostly differently since we're going to go with Zachary. Alright, morning dawns bright and clear the following day. Although the air still feels muggy and I miss the chilly autumn weather, it's one of those rare weekends when I'm up even before my alarm rings. If it wasn't for Zach's call last night, I'd probably sleep in. Okay, so this should be pretty different. Because we had, like, an awkward drive to the professor. We talked to the professor. We had a very cute ice cream date, I want to say. And then we kind of smooched Ash on the cheek in the park. So I'm curious how this is going to go. When 9 a.m. rolls around, I'm already on my way to the Ermengarde mansion. To think that I'd have to go back again. I'd be lying if I say I'm excited. I don't have to anymore. Rose happily gave me paperwork duty when I volunteered. We're on the last phase of the sale, too. Well, almost. Papers to sign, documents to finalize, various other legalities to settle with the current owner, and all that still. Never mind that its new owners want everything done within the week, when the process typically takes more than that. They want it done? We'll get it done. I really, really don't understand rich people. But money can do wonders. I won't be surprised if they'll be able to push the process just a little more, like what they did to secure the house. The point is, I'm under no obligation to return to the house anymore. Running is an option, of course. I can now move on to another property and forget everything. However, at the end of the day, it's always my conscience that wins. What if something happens to those who have seen the letter? Ash, Zach, Becca, Miss McCullough, the Wrights. The guilt will follow me to my grave. The mansion looms as we approach. I'm not looking forward to the everyone dies but Bella route I'm gonna do one of these days. Whispers welcoming me back, shadows calling. I hope this is the last time. No. Okay. So you got your own sprightly sprite. They are engaged in a quiet conversation when I find them in the mansion's front gardens. But even with familiar company, it's impossible to feel at ease here. No matter who I'm with, the feeling of being watched is there, like the very place itself is aware of its trespassers. Zach, on the other hand, doesn't seem to notice. Or he simply doesn't care. Or he's already used to it. I could never tell with him. Sometimes, he's almost as hard to read as Ash. Almost. At least Zach doesn't ask for as much patience as dealing with Ash does, and that says plenty about him. Miracle of miracles how the two have ended up the best of friends. He waves at me as I approach. True to his promise, Zach has also brought his friend with him, Father Norman. Somehow I expected him to look older.
Oh, don't be surprised. They say people who have found their calling are getting younger these days.
How did you know what I was thinking?
Sorry, Father. I didn't mean to say that out loud.
No offense taken.
Did you say that out loud? Oh dear.
Though I admit I'm a bit surprised. I didn't think someone would ask this house to be blessed after all these years.
You've heard of it, Father?
In passing. The occasional rumors and talk by the locals, nothing new.
You know, he looks a bit like, sheesh. I just gotta remember one of them. He looks a bit like the bartender and the police chief. Lee and G? Is G? I think G's the barkeep. Are you also like a letter or something? Like, you know, got Lee and G and I don't know what, something, Father E. Norman? I don't know.
You don't spend years serving the church here without hearing a random hearsay here and there.
I think it might even be the same voice actor, but with a, like, posher British accent.
You never mentioned what you thought of those, Father.
Ah, but he who goes down to the grave does not come up. He shall never return to his house, nor shall his place know him any more.
Well, try telling that to the ghost.
But what I saw...
May not be what you think. It depends entirely on what you mean by it. If you're talking about spirit beings, angels, demons, then yes. Are we talking about the spirits of people who have departed? The word makes it clear that once the deceased has left us, they are gone. But of course, I didn't come here to bore you with a lecture.
Okay, well, you know, try telling that to the ghost when it comes to eat your face, because I've now doomed you by bringing you to this house.
No, it was enlightening, Father. Thank you.
Just remember that a God who loves his children would never let them linger once the time comes.
That's what my papa often tells me.
Your father must be a good man. He raised you well, no doubt. Well then, shall we?
I am loving how much of a different perspective we're getting on this by going with the priest, though. Very interesting.
Regardless of what it is, I'm sure the mansion's new owners would appreciate such sincere intentions. From a stranger, no less.
He lets Zach and I walk ahead. A relief. This way, he won't see how tightly I'm clutching the straps of my bag. Father Norman's probably trying to put me at ease. But the worry, the cold, restless, foreboding feeling has firmly lodged itself in my stomach, making its presence known with every step we take towards the house.
Hey, you okay?
No. Zach lightly nudges my side, careful, mindful of his motions, to avoid startling me, no doubt. I mean, Zach appreciates when we are honest with him. So I would say we tell him what's bothering us. Interesting, we're actually getting other choices on this branch, too. Oh boy, this is gonna start getting complicated. Yeah, he appreciated it. It's hard to lie when Zach gives you that look. It's just there. The kind that implores. A silent appeal. I'm not sure if he's even doing it consciously. Another breeze blows, and I try not to shiver. Try not to listen to the voices that may or may not be there.
Ugh, this place really gives me the creeps.
It doesn't seem more than an ordinary house to me, though.
Ah, you say that now.
Damn, I should have brought my camera with me. I saw a few areas that'd be good for a shoot. You think the new owners will allow it?
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Shh! What if you catch something? Or someone in one of the pictures?
Haha.
It just means they want to be seen, doesn't it?
Ah, the foreshadowing.
Don't ask for it.
It's not like we can stop them if they do.
You're really not helping, Zach.
All right. Sorry. Don't worry. I don't think whatever's inside this house will do anything. I'm here, yeah? I'll take care of them. Or I think I can.
Thanks, I appreciate the confidence.
You're not that scary, but thanks. I'll be sure to run behind you if I see one.
Ridiculous talk, though the temporary reprieve it lends is more than welcome. He offers me a smile in return, the least he could do. And with a slight motion of his head, he gestures for us to move ahead, while my own fears are left forgotten for the time being. The things inside my bag clatter softly against each other while I rummage for the keys to the mansion. My goodness. I should have heard the telltale jiggle by now, but didn't I put it in my bag last night? Oh no. Seconds later, I'm sitting on my heels, and one after another, I'm taking out everything from every pocket, every slip. It'll be a pain to put everything back later, but I'm sure it's just under these. Nothing. Oh. Oh man. Of all the times to forget.
Is something the matter?
No, I'm sorry, Father. I think I left the key.
No use coming up with excuses, and right after they've both taken the time to go this far away from the city. With a heavy sigh, I grab the door handle to pull myself up, a string of apologies ready at the tip of my tongue.
Careful, Bella!
We've spoken with the current owners. Well, technically, you're not yet the owners, but...
Hi, Rose! There's a brief moment of confusion, and then I'm falling. The momentum of the door swinging open pulls me back first into the mansion's foyer before I can make sense of what's happening.
Ow, 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 my back.
Ow, ow, ow.
What the... Isabella?
Hi, everybody! No time to nurse my bruised back or make up excuses, because the next thing I know, Zach's gently pulling me upright by my arm. So you are gonna meet Hana early. Rose looks down at me with a mixture of apprehension and something I couldn't quite place. I'd say it's relief, but... ah, sheesh. Good going, Isabella. Right after you volunteered to work on the papers. And standing behind her...
Ma'am Hannah! Mr. Wright!
Oh, Isabel. We always meet in the most interesting circumstances.
We always meet here. Well, I guess you were at the office. Whatever.
A complete understatement, darling. What are they doing in my house?
It's not your house yet. I mean, you paid for it, but you haven't taken possession yet. Abruptly, he waves his hand at Zach and Father Norman like their presence is a slight against his own.
I thought you said you wanted to do paperwork duty. What are you doing here?
Like a deer caught in the headlights. Oh boy. Unfair, Rose. That's putting me on the spot. And it leaves me no other choice but to answer.
The reason why I'm here?
Well, spit it out, Lily. We don't have all day.
You've got to explain this Lily nonsense.
I'm just here to make sure everything is fine before you move in.
Uh-huh. I'm so sorry, Mama. You said I'll go to hell if I lie. I likely will after this, but there's no other way. Just tell the truth. Like Father Norman said, I'm sure at least Hana would be touched that you were thinking of her. Well, it isn't entirely a lie. I am here to make sure no one disturbs them after they move in. It just so happens that what I'm checking for and trying to drive away is of the paranormal variety.
Oh? The house appears impeccably fine to me.
Mr. Wright shifts his eyes around in a careful manner, as if he's looking for faults in every crevice of the house. The grin on his face, though, when he returns his attention to me, is similar to what my Kuya Jordan had often given me when he was up to something. Uh-huh. Usually a scare prank that inevitably ended in me crying. I never did forget the way my brother sneered at me then. A part of me thinks that perhaps if I hadn't been the object of his mischief in childhood, I would have grown a little braver. Aw, Bella.
Come on, little Lily. Lying doesn't do that cute little face any justice.
Don't flirt with Bella. What? Luke, you gotta calm down over there,
I'm a very patient man.
Very.
Now, why are you really here?
Right now, in the face of an almost identical expression, perhaps even crueler than what I'm used to, the lie I told falls apart.
The truth is, I was just thinking we could have the house blessed before move-in day.
Blessed?
And why would we ever need to have this house blessed?
You'll find out soon.
For luck? And protection?
I shrink under his scrutinizing gaze. For a second, I think that he'll start shouting at me. Instead, he laughs. Not the mocking, jeering kind, but one wondering if he's hearing things right. I'd say he was amused, but I honestly couldn't understand what was so funny with what I just said. Was it really that weird? Wasn't it a custom here? I wish Becca was here to explain stuff like this.
That's rich coming from you. When we saw Devlin Court, you didn't.
It's a small custom back home. I thought it would be nice to do something that would bring positive energy to the mansion, since this place has been empty for years.
And the papers, Isabella? I hope you did those first before this.
Totally!
Of course I did. It's almost done, in fact. But there are some items I still have to double-check before finalizing everything. You know I don't sign without a thorough inspection. And well, this is what this is for, too. I just thought it would be more efficient to do both at the same time.
Smooth.
Here I thought you didn't want to go back.
I didn't.
A job is a job, Rose. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then go ahead.
See, I knew Hana would like it.
No need to be so hard on her, Rosie.
Rose's face.
I personally think it's a nice touch. I was actually thinking of the same thing, but you beat me to it.
Oh, that's right. You did have the house blessed. At your party, you're like, I invited Father blah 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 after he blessed the house. Okay, so blessing the house doesn't change anything.
Darling, Buttercup, please. You know these things don't work. No offense meant to the holy man, of course. That does not explain the nigger, though.
Oh my god. Luke! Stop! And they're all just looking at him like, oh my god. All of a sudden, there's an awkward silence that even Rose, of all people, seems reluctant to break. Although a desire to do so is evident in the way her eyes nervously shifts to Mr. Wright. Meanwhile, Zach's grip on my arm suddenly tightens. He doesn't say anything further, but there's a conflicted look on him when I glance up. Well, no wonder. That's the face he makes only when he desperately wants to give someone a piece of his mind, but chooses not to do so. Mostly to avoid confrontation or fanning the flames to an argument. He has always been like this. Even among his own friends, he chooses to take a placating stance despite holding opinions of his own. Not that I won't say anything. I know Mr. Wright's a client, but you can't just say that in front of other people. In front of Zach the Cinnamon Bun, no less. If Ashton were here, I know he wouldn't stand for it. Luke would be on the floor right now. And neither do I. There was a reason why bullies back home never touched my younger brother again after I gave them a taste of their own medicine. Go, Bella, go. He might be inches taller than me, but I'm pretty sure I can still land a hit or two. Just aim lower. Don't even worry about the head. Aim lower. Maybe. If only I'm not going to get in trouble with BRC for it. But before any punch could be thrown, Mom Hana cuts in.
Lucille Mitchell Wright.
Oh, good. The full name comes out. In a voice too firm, demanding his complete silence.
What?
What? Instead of answering, she merely crosses her arms and shoots her husband a sharp, disapproving glare. Uh-oh, look at the two of them. That seems to have done the trick. It's like, aw. He immediately shuts his mouth, but not before muttering a few inaudible words under his breath. At this, Mom Hana could only sigh and roll her eyes, more than happy to get back to the topic at hand. I wonder what that little ba-doop was.
I'm sure she knows what she's doing, love. She got us the house, remember?
Is this because... No. Okay. I was wondering if it's because we had a positive relationship with Hana, so she was taking our side, but no.
Who knows what a little positive vibe can do? It could even give us what we've been eagerly waiting for all these years.
What have we been waiting for? I don't think I was ever informed of.
What have we been waiting for?
Nothing you should worry about right now. Anyway, we've still got a few things we need to discuss with Rosie here. Over lunch?
Poor Rose.
I hope you don't mind, Isabel. We'd love to take you with us, but...
It's okay.
Oh, no. Go ahead, ma'am. This'll take time. That's why there's 2 of us working on this.
Rose looks like she's about to murder someone. Probably me. At least she won't have to stay in a haunted property. She's getting the better end of this deal if anyone's going to ask me.
Oh, wonderful. I hope the next time the 3 of us meet, it'll be over a closed deal,
Yes, and not in a foyer covered in blood.
Of course, ma'am. Please look forward to it.
Rose hurriedly hands me the keys to the house before leaving, mouthing reminders to secure the place and harmless threats for throwing her under the bus. I return it with a reassuring smile of my own, even if she's the one who often forgets. Sheesh, I say, having not just forgotten the keys myself. And just like that. Gone just as quickly as they appeared, fleeting from one scene to the next and leaving me wondering if this is simply what's typical for the rich and famous. If so, I'd rather stay with my rundown apartment or our little shack back home. There's still joy in the smallest things, after all. Well said. May this house be blessed. With a house this big, it's not surprising when the ceremony takes a few hours to finish. The sun's already high by the time we've gone through the last room. Make sure you triple cleanse that attic, especially. I can never say I'm a devout follower of my own faith, even with Mama and Papa's teachings. But hearing every word Father Norman uttered as we went around the houses put me at ease. All of a sudden, the mansion doesn't seem so scary anymore. Maybe there is an end to this. Or perhaps this is the end. That would be amazing if you went with the priest early on and it's like, and the ghost was just gone. And you guys lived happily ever after, the end. Father Norman bids us goodbye upon exiting the mansion grounds. He has business in the village nearby, he says, a minute gesture to reach out to the members of their parish every once in a while. It reminds me of a distant memory, of helping hands and a few kind smiles that helped my family pull through when times were tough. But before he leaves...
Isabella, a word before I go?
Okay.
Zachary hasn't been really forthcoming with your situation, and it is something I understand it wasn't his to share. But whatever burdens you, know that it's not a permanent fixture in your life. Besides, you have people to bear it with.
I bite back the harsh retorts before they come out, masking it with a smile as we wave the good priest off. Why would you have a harsh retort for that? It's not a permanent fixture, yet people do... I mean, all he said is, like, you've got friends to help you through whatever you're dealing with, and, you know that it's not going to be like that forever. Apparently, it really pissed off Bella. His words, though meant to comfort, has only left a bitter taste in my mouth. And if they don't believe you, what am I to do? Oh, I see. She tried to rely on friends, but they dismissed her worries, so she's angry. Okay, I understand that. It's not really mad at him for the words, it's because she tried that and it didn't help. A hand lands briefly on my shoulders, taking me out of my thoughts before they take a sullen turn. But my smile doesn't quite reach my ears when I turn to him.
Say, do you want to go somewhere?
You asking me out, Zach?
Right now? Where to?
Anywhere in the city. I'll leave it up to you.
Should I take his offer? I mean, I know you two can't actually end up together, so I guess... why not? Let's go.
It wouldn't hurt. I've got some stuff I need to buy. Groceries.
Dang, we are so far ahead on this.
And there's a shop I want to check.
Is it real food this time?
Maybe.
Let me guess. Rebecca?
She's just worried about you. Even I can't eat that much instant noodles.
I don't believe you've had instant noodles in your entire life, Zach.
Think of it as a talent. Let's just go, Zach.
I smile, a real one this time, devoid of any unpleasant thoughts. Regardless of what happened between us these past few days, I don't want to think harshly of them. Zach had me wait on a nearby bench upon arriving, prior to going off somewhere. He hasn't returned since, and it's been a good 20 minutes of being left alone entirely to my thoughts. In this weather, the city park gives off a lazier and more languid vibe than usual. Where children are usually seen running around and playing, there are now people lying, leaning back on their picnic blankets, simply enjoying the afternoon sun. The smell of food drifts from nearby carts, and if the wind blows in the right direction, one could catch the whiff of freshly trimmed grass. I'd gladly sleep on this bench if I wasn't waiting for anyone. Soon enough, I see his hulking figure running towards me, carrying a medium-sized box on one hand and casually waving the other at me. He's panting when he reaches my bench. Sweat drips profusely from his forehead, but there's a grin on his face.
Sorry, the line was really long. Really long.
Where did you go?
You didn't have to run. Sit down first.
Nah, I'm good. Didn't want to make you wait for these.
I already know what's in the blue box before he opens it. I don't. Precious cinnamon roll! Her eyes like, oh yeah! Oh. Man, fresh cinnamon rolls. Oh, those are so good. Cinnamon rolls, all 6 of them topped with a white cream cheese glaze. The very same one I bought after I sold my first property. After I met Zach, Ash, and Becca. Funny how such a small thing could trigger a distant memory, no matter how mundane it is. I don't say no to free food, but why is he getting me these now?
What for?
He leans on the empty space beside me, wiping the sweat off his forehead before answering.
An apology. And as thanks for yesterday and the other day.
Aw, Zach, you're too precious.
You don't have to buy me anything, Zach.
You were upset. You haven't been yourself recently, and people kind of miss that, you know?
Like you?
Are you just saying that, or...
Take the cinnamon buns.
No, really. Rebecca told me. You know how she is. Ashton, too.
Ashton was an ass. He should have been named Ashhole instead.
He went a little overboard, yeah. I can talk to him if you want.
Sure.
He'll still tease me about it, even if it's Rebecca telling him to stop. Besides, I can handle him.
You always do. And yesterday, when you talked me through my little slump, I thought, hey, I want our old Isabella back.
Aw.
Are you still upset?
She was. Let's read about it. Let's read about cinnamon buns. Okay, or not. Father Norman, Zachary Steele, and Isabella Santos went to the Ermengarde mansion for the blessing. There they encountered the mansion's new owners, the Wrights. After the blessing, Zachary and Isabella were seen sharing a box of sweet cinnamon rolls at the park. There are times when I wish Zach had been my big brother. Or Becca, my older sister. Maybe life would have been a little easier then. Maybe Papa wouldn't be as sick as he is. Maybe I wouldn't be alone here. You're not alone. You got them. But then again, if he is, if they are what I wish them to be, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have met Ash, too. Life back home is tough, but for all that, I wouldn't change it for one selfish wish. In this city of 68,000 people, I have people I could depend on. 3 of them, in fact. When you think about it, when you compare the numbers to the odds of finding someone like them amidst the sea of nameless people, I'm lucky.
Thanks a lot for today, Zach. You didn't have to, but you did. I can always count on you.
Just me? No Ashton or Rebecca? Oh boy, they won't be happy to hear that.
It'll be our secret, Zach.
I don't mind being the favorite, though.
Nope, no favorites. But you cook better than both of them, so that's a plus.
It's always been food with you, ain't it?
Don't put it like that! You're making me sound like a glutton.
Who doesn't enjoy good food?
I'm not saying you are, but it does feel good to know there's someone I can invite for food to be able to eat all of it.
Only that? I thought we were also art buddies.
Yeah, art buddies.
Oh, that too. But the food thing really stands out when you think about it. You do eat a lot for someone your, size.
Just because you're a giant. Hold on. How tall is Bella again? 5'2". Okay, she's 2 inches taller than me.
Low blow. I take pride in my height.
You go, girl.
So, is it okay now? Do you feel better? Does it still scare you?
A little. I'll be okay. I'll figure it out, somehow. It's not as bad as the other day, and Father Norman helped too. I should have brought something to thank him.
Oh, we could visit him anytime. He loves hearing from the young ones.
He isn't that old, is he?
Don't know. He doesn't tell. I think I might have seen his face somewhere before. I just couldn't recall when or where. Ash says he looks like his boss, so the bartender at the local pub if he squints.
Okay, Ash, you see it too? Ash! Ash knows! What the heck? Why did... Okay, he said the bartender gets very upset when he compares him to the police chief. What about this guy? What? Although one of them said something about brothers, right? Might have been G. Are they triplets? What is going on with that?
Don't take his word for it, of course. He might have accidentally inhaled something from the forensic lab again when he said that.
No, he's onto something, Zach. This time, the laughter that comes from both of us is genuine. Back to the usual. Things may not have been the easiest lately, but it certainly isn't the worst that has happened. We do end up sharing the cinnamon buns between us, despite Zach's insistence that it's only for me. But more than the food, there is relief and contentment.
If you need anything, just ring, okay? Like when Ash annoys you too much. I'll help you with him, best friend or not.
No way. I can take him on.
Still an extra muscle wouldn't hurt, yeah? Just let me know, and I'll back you up.
Thank you.
My sister knows this one thing to shut him up when he's being his usual self. Ask me what it is whenever you want, and I'll spill it.
Dang, what is that?
I don't think that's necessary, but thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
He leaves me with a smile and a wave. Off to some new gig again. As for me, we still need to talk. Becca, Ash, and I. Put petty arguments aside like the adults we all are. This, however, is a start, no matter how small it may be. I just hope I can keep them safe. A light wind blows again, sending dried leaves swirling and the distinct smell of earth into the air. For the first time, the sunlight feels less harsh. Maybe a walk is good. I need to visit the grocery, too. Come to think of it, wasn't there an art store that opened recently near the park? Are we gonna keep going? Okay. I really enjoyed that. That was such a nice scene. Zachary is too pure. My goodness.
I'm just curious about your work.
Okay, don't talk about the cat. She doesn't like to talk about personal things. We're fine. Okay, we got a new journal entry too, so I'll wait till we stop. I think this is our last choice. Okay. Bruthiel? Help me. Okay, so Rose is dead. I need to make sure I do what I did last time so Bella doesn't die. So we went to work. And I gotta let the lady kill me this time. There she is. Okay, just let it happen. I can, I guess, break it. That'll be faster than waiting for the timer to... There we go.
Our Father, who art in heaven,
Oh no.
hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us.
I'm sorry, Bella.
And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Amen. When the last lines of my prayer have left me, all that remains is a hush. None of her footsteps, nor those chilling sounds she makes. I'm getting ready to scream again. I'm gonna stay back from the mic. Only silence. Is it safe? Another second passes, and when nothing comes... It sounds like Bella's voice. But playing in reverse? What? Ah! That's fine! Yeah! That really sounds like Bella's voice in reverse, though. That was weird. Okay, I'm gonna... Okay. You know, just some nice calm music while we sort our journal stuff out. Okay. I'm just gonna skip the QT because we've done that before. Alright. There we go. And that was the end of that. Okay. So this is going to be a little bit of a shorter episode, but I think we should stop at Bella's chapter. And we'll pick up with Hana next time and see what happened from the choices we made last time, if anything has changed. Thank you guys for joining me for some scary spoops. And some cinnamon puns. I'll see you for Hana's chapter next time.